It is very important to learn what Roadhog Scrap Gun does, along with the differences and when is best to use his primary and secondary fires. Hello everyone, I'm Clowner and I'm going to be breaking down Roadhog Scrap Gun for you in this short video. The first thing for you to note is that there are two different types of fire. With your left click, the scrap gun acts as a buckshot of scrap pieces, with each pellet doing 6.6 damage for God knows what reason. However, as you go above 15 meters, the damage fall off will come into play, and that can go all the way down to a measly 1.98 damage per scrap piece. This primary fire will scatter these scrap pieces in a wide area in front of you, working very effectively at close ranges. The secondary fire is a little more complex to understand. Notice how it fires out a little pod before detonating. The secondary fire works better at long ranges and will fire a condensed pod which will detonate at 8 meters in front of you. Once it detonates, the scrap spreads out just like the primary fire, but the distance that it spreads from is obviously further away, making it better to use at longer ranges. You are able to fire just the pod itself, but you kinda want to avoid doing this as it will give you just a flat 50 damage, when you could be firing the buckshot primary fire at this range for much more damage. The scrap gun has a fire rate of 0.85 seconds on the current patch, and is the same for both the primary fire and the secondary fires. You want to get used to either playing very close up or just above that 8 meter range, as you will get the most value out of your two types of shots if you play from these distances. Roadhog sucks at long ranges, but it's not to say that he does no damage at all. It is very low damage output, but when attacking from afar, always remember to use your secondary fire, not your buckshot. It decreases the range from the scrap projectiles to the intended target. If all of these scrap pieces hit, it will leave you with 165 damage per shot, if they all stick to the body, which, to debunk a little myth, is the same for both the primary and secondary fires. And of course double this for a headshot with 330 damage with either one of the two, so long as all of the scrap pellets connect to the head. And finally, with this damage output, the following combo will allow you to two-shot combo anything in the game. But you have to land very juicy value from your secondary fire to begin with. If you can do this, reel them in right after whilst walking forward, then aim for the neck and buckshot with a melee to finish them off.